So that is what's going on. So they want people, because I was just explaining, I was just at Dave and Buster's, and I was like, I wasn't even enjoying myself because I didn't have my kid with me. And I was like, I went off about it, like, they just need to give me my son. Like, I am his mother. So it's like them underestimating my competence as a mother. Like, wherever I'm at, my son can be with me. Wherever I am, he can be with me. And we gonna make it together, mother and son. So they got people to try to hurt me and displace me and do stuff to the mother, do stuff to me, to try to make it seem like he wouldn't be safe with me. So they done had people trying to make it seem like I was unstable by telling me I can come there and then kicking me out to try to make it seem like, oh, she wouldn't have a stable place for the boy. Or leaving me out on the streets and not allowing me into shelters and trying to leave the only resort of these thugs and stuff picking me up to say, oh, she around thugs. You know, to try to create a situation to make it seem like my son wouldn't be safe with me. When the truth is, he was not safe around Austin Meta, his father. And he was not safe with Cynthia Olvera because Austin was attacking other people in her home even after he had attacked me and my son, and I went to jail for protecting us. So all of this whole smear thing of leaving me outside and me having to go into people's house, this was all a part of their plan to try to make it seem as if the mother was unstable. And God said that they should not have taken my apartment from me. No, he said they owed me an apartment. He said that they owed me, that me and my baby qualified for several different programs. So all that taking him from me and stealing his social security and stealing his birth certificate and not letting me have that information with my son, because they know I could easily go to any domestic violence program and get enrolled with me and my child. I could easily get us accepted anywhere. And I could easily go and apply for HUD and all kind of programs where me and my son will qualify for. So why is this white woman, Cynthia Olvera, being as wicked as she is to try to keep my baby from me? But God said she was going to try to get me first. So all of the dope fiends and people they done had coming at me with charges and everything, because God said that Cynthia Olvera was wrong for trying to keep me from my son. And he said that I'm pressing charges on her son. And he said she was going to try to get me first. So the state didn't even have to make me go through having to press charges on him. I done shot this man. So what woman would shoot a man and then don't press charges and make sure he is in jail? If I had to shoot this man in self-defense of me and my children and I'm out, I wasn't convicted, then they should have put him in jail. I called several different lawyers' offices and spoke to all the lawyers' offices in Houston. And they all told me that the state should lock him up. That it's not a case where a lawyer needs to even get involved. They said because you had to protect yourself from him like that, they should lock him up. Because they knew that I was protecting myself. That's why I'm not in jail. So I shouldn't have to go through the system to press charges on him. So that just goes to show the little setup that the state have to try to not press charges on this white man that was abusing me and then keep my son from me. And then think you gonna set me up to look like I'm a bad person or I'm a bad mother and try to have me arrested, harmed, and killed before I can press charges on him, because I have the right to press charges on him. And I contacted the Conroe Police Department. God told me not to go up there by myself because he said that's the same police department that tried to murder you before your trial. So he said, do not go up there by yourself. I called family and I asked my sister would she come, and she said no. That she had a case where she didn't feel comfortable coming up to the police department with me. And honestly, I don't feel like that's enough people. I feel like there needs to be a bunch of people to go down there with me. Like, we all know the evidence to her case. And she got the right to press charges on him. And the police told me, they said that you do have the right to come down and file the report, press charges. But my thing is, they know why he got shot. And they don't want to admit what he was doing, what the witness said he was doing, what I said he was doing, what they knew he was doing. They didn't want to talk about the 911 calls. They just thought they was going to leave the mama out there on the street and annihilate me out here. And never charge him and been done took my baby. So I was having a conversation with somebody and they opened my eyes of the smearing, their tactic of making sure that the mama is displaced all the time, like she don't have the right to have a baby and press charges on this man, because really that's all we need to be able to move forward with my life, with my children's lives, is to get away from these people. And that's all that we was trying to do when he was abusing us and nobody was helping us, and he was in my house doing this to me. So for me to have to go on from state line to state line to state line fighting for my life with nobody willing to help me to try to be in favor of us on white folks, I understand why God had to be so heavily involved and why the Lord have been involved, because only God can fight this kind of racism, especially when it's coming from your family members, when you got family members that want to kiss up to these people and they know these people wrong, and you looking at a wicked family member that's going to sit there and take the side of some white people that was abusing you and your child that they don't even know. And that's just the system of things. That's just how things are. But every black person is not like that. And see, that's why my family and a lot of people didn't want me putting out the information. And I know that God showed me there was black people in this world that wouldn't do me and my child like that. So I put out the information. God told me to keep putting out the evidence, and he told me to go out to Texas and see if my baby is all right. So that's what's going on. And it just opened my eyes. That's what's going on. My son can be with me wherever I'm at. It's not me that's the problem. It's the people that they had trying to come around me to try to make me look bad. That was the problem. It's the people that they've been sending on to bother me and my children and my child. That's what the problem is. His father, his mother, the police not being forefront with the information about what was really going on. This is the problem. Me and my son can get away from these people just fine if we had help and support. We've been abused. So for the rest of America to be sitting there trying to block me from coming in that avenue to get help is showing you the racism and the deep-seated coonery. I don't know a better word to say when you got black folks that run facilities that's supposed to help women that's been victims of domestic violence, and they sitting over there trying to block the doorway to not let me in so the white people could win the case against me. So that's what's going on. And me and my son, if we was to find some real person, organization, that'd be like, they both can be here, because I can find somewhere for me temporarily. But they know it didn't have to go this far. They were supposed to help me and my son off rip while he was abusing us in that house while we were trying to get away from him. So if we would have an avenue where somebody like, I'll take Andrea and I'll take Melbourne and make sure they safe. There ain't no reason why she can't have her baby. So they have all kind of people trying to come around and smear me. Oh, the mama this. Oh, the mama that. Oh, we tried to get the mama in trouble for this. We tried to get the mama in trouble for that. But surely you can find something on the mama to where we ain't got to give her baby back. The point is, he was abusing me when you got my child. He was abusing me and my child. And they went to hell's length and back. They're going to have to go back again for lying about the evidence about him abusing me. They lied about that the entire time that I was in the jail. They continued to lie about it, and they continued to try to torture me as I was putting the evidence out on my social media, sending people to try to bother me and distract me from working on the evidence and try to make me film for my safety. And that should show you right there what's going on. Okay, if all she was trying to do was put out some videos of the case and what happened and what facility she was in and who was involved, why is all these people trying to attack her? And a whole bunch of my social media stuff got taken down. So anyway, I'm going over these videos about my case. And like I said, I got somewhere for me to stay temporarily. And I can go from place to place, but I can't do that with my child. I can't go from place to place with my boy. So what I'm saying is if there is someone, or if there does come a situation where someone like I can help her and she can have her boy here, because see, I ain't had no family or friends or nobody that was like, yeah, her and the boy can come here. And that's all we needed. That's all we needed. And not one person would do that. Not one organization would do that for us. That's a smear campaign. And it was too many people involved. So they tried to make it seem like, oh, she got to get out and get her own place. And make it seem like, oh, as soon as I got out, I had to let these white people keep my baby. If somebody, even now, if somebody would just open their heart and be like, Andrea and Melbourne can come here, they could come and stay. And there would be nothing wrong with that. Because there's plenty of women who done had to go stay with family and friends for a period of time with their children and get on their feet. But then they'll try to say, oh, well, we don't know because she done been going through this and she was out. But that was people that you sent to bother me. You sent them thugs to bother me. So it ain't that I'm unstable. And I know you sent all them police and thugs and people after me. That's what they did. Y'all sent them people on me. So ain't no I got a bad life. I got a good life if y'all not bothering me and my child. So if we can have somewhere where somebody like, I make sure can't none of them gang members or nobody bother her and her baby for his family, for my baby daddy family, then we'll be straight. Because that's the only thing that's hindering me and my child from being together. Them having people bothering us and thinking they gonna have people on the streets doing their dirty work for them. They ran me out of Texas. And they got all these racist people all over the United States involved. Wherever I go, they think they're gonna try to pull that on me because I shot a white man. But I don't really need it at this point, but I'm saying it would have been nice for somebody to have a heart and been like, yeah, we know what's going on. We know they being racist. We know they was abusing her and that boy, and we'll take them in and we'll make sure don't nobody bother them so she can get on her feet and move on with her life, and she won't restrain order against the baby daddy. And she want to press charges on him because she shouldn't have had to shoot him. He was abusing her and her child. And he should not be able to walk away scot-free after causing all this uproar. Because if he wasn't abusing women, which is what God said if he wasn't abusing a woman, then he wouldn't have got hurt. And God said he needed to go to jail about it because he turned around and abused another woman while I was up in the jail. And I don't even know if he abused another woman. That could have been a lie. They could have made that up. But I know he was abusing me. And I know God said that he was going to jail for it. And people feel like, oh, he got shot, they need to retaliate on me. No, you don't. You need to go and lock my baby daddy up because he was abusing me. And God said he was abusing women, so he going to jail. And he said Cynthia and them was going to try to get me first. And I had a whole bunch of family that was thinking that I was going to go to prison for the rest of my life. And they was having a field day with it. And I got out. So they sitting back trying not to help me, hoping that Cynthia and everybody will get me. But God said that they need to leave me alone and I can go get my child after I finish putting out this evidence. Or I can at least go and see if my baby is all right because they was making threats to my child. But anyway, I just want to get back to that because I'm finished enjoying my night.